So over the college football weekend, Alabama bounced back. They got their win Saturday night over UL Monroe. So the question is now what everybody wants to know, and basically what a lot of Alabama fans saying is that is Alabama back? Now, it's okay to be the team that you should be. It's like so you don't get no big brownie points for that. You and UL Monroe, that is a team that you supposed to beat. That is a team that you supposed to beat. But do I think that they beat them in a convincing fashion that everybody was expecting them to beat them? I think they did that. I think personally, by from how Alabama beat them, you know how many points they scored. I can I want to say that in a way, I think Alabama kind of found themselves because a lot of these big schools, right? Alabama, Michigan, Florida, Texas, uh, Ohio State, a a lot of these teams, from how it been previous of years, they used to that first game being a team that they can beat. Okay, so you play a small school, and it kind of basically shows you where you're at and the things that you need to work on. But you win, you're supposed to win in convincing fashion. But see, excuse me, nowadays, how the college football schedule have changed where they got some teams, like you got a lot of top 10 matchups, that's a lot of top ranked teams playing each other the first game. So you can't too much see where you're at because okay, you got a Texas playing against Ohio State. Like this is a match that you will see in the playoffs or like in the middle of the season. So for Alabama, I think that this game kind of helped them out. I think this game is what they needed after that Florida State loss, embarrassing loss at that. Because in this game, you saw the intensity. You saw somewhat the intensity that we are used to seeing Alabama play with, that attitude, that aggressiveness. And you seen they defensive tackle Tim Keenan, who is the leader of that defense. You seen him get up in the coach face, like get in the coach ear, like I don't know what he was saying, but he had to be saying something. So I think instead of Alabama having a big game after that, I think they needed that good. Okay, this is a team that we should beat, and how they beat them 73 to nothing. They needed that because they needed that to boost their confidence back up. But is Alabama back? Hey, that's the big question. That's the big question because now they got Wisconsin. Now, Wisconsin as a school, as a football team, I don't know what their record is. I don't know if they won their game this past Saturday, but Wisconsin is not. I don't even know if they won their game last Saturday. But from my history of watching Wisconsin, hearing about Wisconsin, Wisconsin is not a pushover. Actually, last year when Alabama played Wisconsin, actually the last 2 years that Alabama has played Wisconsin, it wasn't by no blowout or nothing like that. Like it was a competitive game. So is Alabama back? We will find out when they play Wisconsin. Do I expect them to blow Wisconsin out? No, I don't. Do I expect them to beat Wisconsin? Yes. I expect them to beat Wisconsin. I really do. And I feel like if they beat Wisconsin, I think they play Georgia after this. I don't not too much familiar with their schedule, but I think Georgia is coming up. So yeah, I think if they beat Wisconsin, especially convincingly by a convincing win, at least by a good 20 some points or seven or at least 14, 17 somewhere in there. then we can kind of say, yeah, okay, Alabama back. But then if they go to Georgia, in which they have to go to Georgia, Sanford Stadium. If they go to Georgia and beat Georgia, now we talking. Now we got that. Now we can start by saying, okay, Roll Tide is back. Roll Tide, roll. But good win against, good win for Alabama. They needed it. I'm glad they won in that convincingly fashion. But Kalen DeBoer job is still not safe. You still have a lot of Alabama fans mad at him because this game, this is a easy win, as as a lot of people say. They supposed to beat UNL Monroe. So everybody wants to know what's gonna happen when they play Georgia. What's gonna happen when they even play Wisconsin next this coming Saturday? We shall find out. Universal Conversation Podcast.